Imagine waking up one day to realize you'll never be rich. Sounds harsh, right? But let's dive into why this might be true. Everywhere you look, finance gurus are peddling get-rich-quick schemes, promising that with a simple investment, you can multiply your money tenfold. Yet, the harsh reality is that most of this advice is pure nonsense. Achieving wealth overnight is incredibly rare, and this very mindset of instant riches is what often keeps people poor. Yes, a fortunate few might strike gold and become millionaires overnight, but holding on to that wealth is a different story. Did you know that 70% of pro NFL athletes who suddenly find themselves making tens of millions of dollars end up filing for bankruptcy within 2 years of retirement? They miss one crucial element essential for building and sustaining wealth. Curious about what this missing piece is? Let's explore it together and discover how you can finally get a taste of financial freedom. Let's face it, you are looking for an easier life. A life where money isn't a constant worry. Maybe you want an easier life for your kids, or just don't want them to starve, right? As a parent, it's tough living paycheck to paycheck, knowing that any little financial hiccup could hurt badly. If you have ever been in this situation, or don't ever want to be, stay with me to the end, so we can make sure that never happens. Imagine being born into a world where you don't have to worry about the constant struggle of making ends meet. That was me, lower middle class, not impoverished, but far from wealthy. The intriguing part? My parents, despite their impoverished backgrounds, had a mindset that defied the odds. They focused on the long game, our future, not fleeting displays of wealth. No flashy cars, no sparkling jewelry, no designer clothes. We lived in a small house compared to my friends. I don't remember my mom ever buying clothes for her or my dad. She would buy me clothes that were too big, insisting I'd grow into them. Sure, I felt awkward walking into class with oversized shirts while my classmates flaunted the latest trends. But as I matured, I saw the genius in their approach. They instilled in me a robust foundation that shielded me from the financial traps many fall into. Also, now that I think about it, we didn't need a big house since we always played outside. However, my parents didn't cover all the bases when it came to personal finance. So, I turned to books, videos and articles, uncovering secrets that most finance gurus overlook. Now, I'm ready to share these insights with you, unlocking the path to true financial freedom. Society has brainwashed us into believing that wealth is solely about taking bold actions, like betting on the next big hyped-up stock to become an overnight millionaire. But let me tell you, that's just plain wrong. Yes, action is crucial, but having the right mindset is equally vital. Don't believe me? Let's look at some fascinating research. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck conducted an eye-opening experiment with 12,000 ninth graders. These students were randomly assigned to either a 50-minute program teaching them about the growth mindset or a completely unrelated 50-minute course. The results were nothing short of shocking. Can you guess what happened? The students who took the growth mindset course earned significantly higher grades than those who didn't, proving that mindset plays a pivotal role in our development and success. Ever heard the saying, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become"? It's attributed to Buddha, and while it's a powerful idea, it's not the whole truth. Yes, having the right mindset is essential, but let's not kid ourselves. It's not enough on its own. You can think positively all day long, but without taking action, nothing changes. Imagine you want to climb a mountain. Visualizing yourself at the summit is important. It motivates you and gives you a sense of direction. But if you don't lace up your boots and start climbing, you'll never reach the top. So how do you balance the right mindset with the necessary actions? It's not about choosing one over the other, but integrating both into your journey towards wealth and success. Stay tuned. Because I'm going to share with you the concrete steps you need to take to turn your financial dreams into reality. Are you ready to change your mindset and take action? Let's dive deeper into this journey towards financial freedom. One of the biggest reasons you'll never be wealthy is that you, and most people you know, were programmed to be poor from the moment you were born and every day since. Now, I'm not talking about living in extreme poverty. If you're in the United States, you're not poor compared to much of the world. What I'm talking about is a mindset, a poverty mindset, where your thoughts and feelings align with scarcity, making it incredibly difficult to attain and maintain wealth. Think about it. The poverty mindset is rooted in the fear of never having enough. It convinces you that your circumstances will never improve, trapping you in an endless cycle of doubt and limitation. It's not about the actual amount of money you have, but how you perceive your financial reality. Reflect on your childhood. How often did you hear your parents say, "We can't afford that," or "We can't do this"? Sometimes it's reasonable, but often it's just an easy default that shuts down any further discussion or creative thinking. By saying "we can't," there's no need to explore other possibilities. This language subtly teaches you to accept defeat and limits your financial imagination. Chances are you've adopted this language and mindset from your parents without even realizing it. But it doesn't stop with our upbringing. Our education system plays a significant role too. Ever heard of factory schools? These were designed during the Industrial Revolution to produce compliant, literate, and punctual workers who followed orders without question. Shockingly, over 200 years later, we're still using this same model. What's the outcome? We produce individuals trained to think inside the box, avoid mistakes, put their heads down, join the rat race, and climb the corporate ladder. This system perpetuates the poverty mindset, teaching us to fear failure and conform rather than innovate and take risks. So what does this mean for you? Recognizing this programming is the first step. Breaking free from it requires a shift in mindset and a willingness to take bold actions. Are you ready to challenge the poverty mindset and rewrite your financial future? Let's dive deeper and explore how to transform your thinking and your actions to achieve true wealth. Here are some actionable steps that can make a huge difference in your financial life. But first, if you're enjoying this video and want to dive deeper into personal finance and self-improvement, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. I'm committed to helping as many people as possible to get rich, and I will continue to bring you life-transformative information every week. Now let's get real. How many of us actually learned about personal finance in school? I'm guessing almost none. If you did, comment below. I'd love to know where you're from. This lack of financial education means most of us picked up our money habits from our parents. And if they weren't good with money, chances are you're struggling too. This circles back to the language of "we can't." We can't afford this. We can't afford that. It's a mindset that shuts down your brain. But here's a powerful trick to break free. Add a single word. Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," ask, "How can I afford it?" This subtle shift in wording opens up your mind, forcing it to search for creative solutions and opportunities. The goal of this change isn't to achieve the result immediately. Rather, it's about transforming your default mental response from doubt to possibility, enabling you to think of ways to solve financial challenges. Think about it. How often do we give up on our dreams or needs because we believe they're out of reach? By changing your mindset to ask how instead of accepting defeat, you begin to explore new paths and strategies. This small shift can be the catalyst for significant changes in your financial outlook. Ready to change your mindset and take control of your financial future? Let's continue this journey together, unlocking the steps to financial freedom and transforming how you think about money. Are you prepared to ask, "How can I afford it?" and open the door to new possibilities? Let's dive deeper into practical strategies that can help you build and maintain wealth. Now think back to when you were younger. How did you decide on your career or how you'd earn money in the future? It probably involved thinking about what you could do really well that people would pay for. This is how many of us land on stereotypical professions our parents pushed us towards. If you excelled in science, you were nudged towards becoming a doctor. Good at math, engineer, skilled in English, lawyer. Society has conditioned us to pick skills we excel at, master them, and then get paid for those skills. While this approach isn't wrong, after all, it's how 90% of the world functions. It's also a product of the factory school mentality designed to create compliant workers. But this mindset also imposes limitations, creating a ceiling in two significant ways. First, since you're the one performing the skills, your earning potential is limited by the number of hours you can work, 24 hours in a day, assuming you don't need sleep or food. Second, there is a cap on how much someone will pay for your skills. Even if you're a highly specialized neurosurgeon making, say, $3,000 an hour, there's eventually a ceiling because the market won't bear a higher price. While this system works for most, there's a trick to speeding up your path to wealth. Shift your thinking from traditional job roles to innovation and entrepreneurship. Instead of asking, "What can I do really well that many people will pay for?" start asking, "What do many people need? And what can I create? What value can I provide to meet that need?" This nuanced shift moves you away from directly trading your time for money to thinking about scalability. Consider how you can create something that delivers value to a broader audience. For example, rather than providing individual consulting services, you might develop an online course that thousands can benefit from simultaneously. Or, instead of crafting one piece of art at a time, you could design a product that can be mass-produced and distributed widely. By changing your mindset from a traditional skill-based approach to one focused on innovation and value creation, you open the door to limitless possibilities. Are you ready to think outside the box and discover what you can create that the world needs? Let's explore how this entrepreneurial mindset can accelerate your journey to financial freedom. This next point is going to completely blow your mind because it goes against everything you've ever been taught. Stop working hard. When you work hard for the sake of working hard, you're not necessarily accomplishing more. More often than not, you're just doing busy work, remaining a cog in a machine. Sure, it shows dedication to your employer, but it doesn't truly demonstrate your worth. A cog does all the necessary work to keep the machine running, but here's the painful truth. You can always be replaced by another cog. So instead of being a cog that runs well, strive to be the machine itself. Work smart, break the mold, and innovate. People with a poverty mindset always follow the rules. They join the rat race, keep their heads down, do the required work, minimize mistakes, and hope to be recognized in a sea of millions doing the exact same thing. They dream that one day they'll be fairly compensated for their hard work, but this fair exchange rarely happens. Let me ask you, do you believe your earnings are directly related to how hard you work? Do you really think that CEOs who earn 300 times more than the typical worker work 300 times harder? If you want to escape this poverty mindset and achieve real success, you need to take control, break the rules, do something that makes you irreplaceable and incredibly valuable to your employer. If you have a brilliant business idea, make it happen. Ignore anyone who tells you it's a silly goal. They're likely still a cog in a machine while you're aiming to become the machine. Think about the innovators and leaders you admire. Did they get to where they are by just working hard within the system? Or did they challenge the status quo, take risks, and pursue their unique visions? To achieve success, you must shift from merely working hard to working smart and creatively. Are you ready to stop being just another busy cog and start becoming the machine? Let's dive into how you can make yourself irreplaceable, pursue your entrepreneurial ideas, and break free from the poverty mindset. The journey to financial freedom isn't about following the rules, it's about rewriting them. We were born into an unfair world where we all start with different advantages and disadvantages, whether due to geographic location, socio-economic class, or physical appearance. Improving the system for future generations is a noble goal, but realistically, it could take centuries of hard work, and chances are we won't be around to see the results. Always fight the good fight, but in the meantime, the best thing you can do is improve your own circumstances, gain knowledge, change your mindset, and pass it on to the next generation, giving them a better chance to succeed. Now, I'm not claiming to be perfect or to have cracked the secret code to wealth. Far from it. These are just some of the strategies I've used to improve my wealth mindset, and I'm still learning more every single day. I can't wait to share these insights with you, but remember, it's not just about belief and mindset. Your actions need to back them up. Without action, nothing will change. You need to actively rewire your subconscious understanding of money and personal finance. Think about the world you want to create for yourself and your family. What steps can you take today to start shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance? How can you challenge the limiting beliefs that have held you back? Start by questioning the financial habits and beliefs you've inherited. Are they serving you, or are they keeping you stuck? Embrace continuous learning and surround yourself with resources that promote financial literacy and growth. Take small, consistent steps to build better financial habits. For example, instead of spending money impulsively, start budgeting and tracking your expenses. Instead of seeing money as something scarce, view it as a tool that can be managed and grown. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, but how you manage and multiply what you have. Cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset by looking for opportunities to add value and solve problems. This could mean starting a side hustle, investing in stocks, or even just finding ways to be more efficient and effective in your current job. Are you ready to take control of your financial future? By changing your mindset and taking deliberate actions, you can break free from the poverty mindset and build a foundation for lasting wealth. Let's continue this journey together, sharing strategies and insights that will help us all achieve financial freedom. What's your next step towards a wealthier mindset? I think the best place to start is with the next video. How to make money. 11 skills to master. Click on this video now. Keep your momentum up and let's build big money.